So, beans, am I right? Thanks for coming, everyone. I'll be here till Thursday. Alright, for real though, beans are pretty swag, aren't they? Like, you could eat them and drink them. Like, what else could you possibly want? Now, what if there was a movie about beans? Like an action movie about beans? Well, that's what one man named Jeff Liu thought of in 2008. He decided to make a movie about beans. I mean, the guy's got plans, you know? I mean, like, if he wants to do it, he can do it. I'm not gonna stop him. So, Killer Bean Forever is a CGI action comedy drama thriller written, produced, animated, modeled, edited, and directed by Jeff Liu. Now, this one man, Jeff Liu, he's a freaking legend. He made this whole movie by himself in 5 years. Like, bruh. And it only cost like $1 million, which is a lot, but compared to other big movies, it's like really cheap. How do you do it, you say? Well, let's talk about the history of Killer Bean and how it went from this to this to this to this.
Let's go!
Now, the first Killer Bean short was made in 1996. Pretty impressive for 1996. But, how does the actual short hold up? There's a British Bean in here. Yeah, the animation hasn't really aged that well, and the voice acting isn't the best. But like I said, this was an independent short film made by one guy in 1996 using computer animation. This would have been considered amazing for the time. I'd even say revolutionary, so it's pretty impressive. He made the short to teach himself how to do computer animation, and also just how to make a short film all on his own, with the time, resources, and money he had. Jeff will later upload this short to a website called iFilms, where it got a decent amount of views, around 3,000, so kinda took off. Not related to Killer Bean, but in 1997, Jeff worked on a short called Concussion, which was apparently unfinished, but it looks frickin' awesome for 1997. All we have is a trailer that Jeff uploaded to his YouTube channel in 2009. If only we can see more about it. So yeah, Killer Bean 1996 is obviously a bit outdated. Before that time, this would have been pretty impressive, and was a good start off for what would be a pretty epic franchise. Anyway, on to the next Killer Bean short called So, after he made the first Killer Bean short and it got a decent amount of views, he decided to make a sequel to it called Killer Bean 2.1, The Party. Now this short took him a whopping 3 years to make, with Jeff working on it after he would finish his job as an engineer. He would work on the short from around 7 p.m. up until about midnight. He later finished the show and released it on iFilms in 2000, and it blew up. Like, this got over 1 million views, which was insane at the time. Because of this short, he got a lot of jobs working in the industry. X-Men, Kung Pao Under the Fist, Looney Tunes Back in Action, and even being the lead animator on The Matrix Reloaded. But, how is the Killer Bean short? It's actually pretty good. The animation is clearly much more better, you know, it's a bit more squash and stretch and cartoony, and the designs are obviously not the best. Like I said, this was early computer animation, so it's a bit gammy, let's say. For the time, this would have been insane. Like, imagine going onto iFilms and seeing this kind of animation in 2000. This would have been amazing. But he still wanted to direct his own movie, so he took his idea of Killer Bean and pitched it to several studios. They all said no. So, Jeff decided to get all the money he had and all the resources, which he had like $1 million at the time, and fund his first ever feature film, which was Now, Killer Bean Forever has quite the history, so to summarize it, Jeff spent the first 5 months writing the first draft of the script. Then he spent 1.5 years doing pre-visualization. Then he went on to Craigslist to look for voice actors, which he found about 4 of them, and they are all pretty swag voice actors, I will not lie. He then hired a guy named Von Caberte. I'm sorry if I pronounce your name wrong, man, I don't mean, I'm just stupid. do concept art. He then spent the next 3 years doing animation. To make the animation look good and to make it in a short period of time, he used a very cheap 2D motion capture kit, which cost around $50,000 at the time. He mainly used it for lip syncing and head movements. For the rest of the animation, he would purchase motion capture assets online or just animate it himself. So, in 2008, after 5 whole years of work and probably lots of crying and emotional pain, he finished the film, and the film had a limited run in cinemas from the Cinema Management Group and got released on DVD in the United States on July 14th, 2009. And yeah, that's kinda it. I couldn't really find a source saying if the film failed or not, but I'm guessing it did well enough where, people said, hey look, that's a good film, I don't know. But yeah, after a few years, he decided to upload the entire film in 4K on YouTube on the 20th of May, 2018, and it blew up thanks to Critical reacting to it. However, Critical wasn't the first YouTuber to review Killer Bean, as Rebel Taxi reviewed the film back in 2016. But still, the film was a huge success, getting merchandise, reviews, and plenty of memes. Now, what happened after that? Now I know you're wondering, what did Jeff get up to after he worked on Killer Bean Forever? Well, Jeff continued to work in the visual effects industry up until 2012, with Underworld Awakening being his last film. But when Killer Bean Forever blew up on YouTube, he decided to create a 10-episode mini-series of Killer Bean onto YouTube. It's currently 2 episodes in. How was the show?
Okay, order! Everyone, settle down!
That joke wasn't funny, man.
What about Vegan? He was Cappuccino's top bean. Could he sign our paychecks instead?
I'm coming in hot. And I'm not talking about my looks.
Oh my god. Well, first of all, the voice acting is really okay, I guess. It kind of sounds like Jeff just joined a Discord call and recorded some guys pretending to be gangsters. Like, it's weird. Also, Jeff got Critical to basically play himself, which is mega cool. But yeah, the show is alright, but the animation is so freaking good, man. Like, bruh. Jeff is still the only animator on the film, which is so impressive, man. Also, he now voices Killer Bean instead of Vegas, so... I mean, it is... he did create us, so, I guess. The only reason Jeff gave to why he's voicing Killer Bean is because he wants to do more Far Cry gameplays with Killer Bean. Okay, fair enough. As I said, there's currently a Killer Bean series going on with 8 more episodes set to come out, and the fanbase for Killer Bean is still very strong. But Jeff isn't just only doing Killer Bean. He recently made a short called Pulsar, which he made in association with Epic Games, and it looks frickin' awesome. I honestly see Jeff Lee becoming one of the best visual effects artists out there. He is insanely talented, and I would love to see his work in more movies in the future. Anyway, that was the end of the video. Hope y'all liked it. Do follow me on Twitter, because I'm pretty swag there. Also, I guess subscribe to my channel, because I upload very good videos, if I say so myself. And yes, this has been Zach Quinn. Hope y'all have a great day, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.